This is our morning huddle.
Yep.
We're going to be running the scenario on MedSurg 1. Carlos is in the room now. We're going to be running MedSurg 101 two times today.
Two times.
Two times today.
So we're not changing up?
No, we're not
Okay.
changing up. We're running it two times. Jane, you're going to be the facilitator.
Facilitator.
And the debriefer.
And the debriefer.
Okay, and Bob, you're going to be the tech for both of these scenarios. And you guys feel comfortable with what we're doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
then I think we're ready to go.
Okay. So the way the day's going to go is we're going to orient you to what the mannequins can and cannot do, what the room is like, and then we're going to give you an opportunity to practice what you already know. This is not about learning something brand new. This is about practicing all the pieces that you know and putting it together for patient care.
So we're not going to be tested on
There's
this.
no testing, there's no...
Can't fail. Like,
There's no failing, there's no testing, there's no checklist.
doesn't go back to my instructor.
Doesn't go back to your instructor. What happens in sim stays in sim.
Okay.
All right? And it's about patient care management given the resources and information that you have. So it's not going to be identical to what you might see in clinical. It's not going to be identical to what you might see in the hospitals that you're working in. It is a good replication of what an average patient care room is like. And the mannequins are not real, but they'll give you some really good cues. But the expectation is we're going to treat it real. This is your patient for the day. We only use the video as a way to help you see the whole picture of what was going on.
So there's no way my nurse manager is going to get a copy of this?
It's not, it doesn't leave here.
Okay.
All right? And if there's any performance gaps that we all identify that we think might lead to be a problem if you go back to the floor, the only way it leaves this room is if you and I together go back to your instructor or your manager and say, you know, we think there was a gap and we'd like to use simulation to help close that gap. Can we have some more time in the simulation center? Right? We don't talk about the specific, we don't give the details, they don't get to see the videotape, all right? But there's no way that I would ever go back to your manager or your faculty,
Okay.
all right? Unless you and I agreed together and we all sat down and said, we'd like to fix this problem. We'd like to have some more time in simulation to get better at this procedure or this experience or this coordination of care.
That makes me feel better.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, we're about protecting your confidentiality. So this is your safe place to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes.
All right.
We're not setting you up for failure or to make mistakes, but if they happen here, it's going to be a whole lot easier than if they happen with a real patient.
Are there going to be people watching, though?
Today there probably won't be people watching because we're a small group. If we were a larger group and there were maybe 10 of us, there would be people watching. And what we would do is we'd divide the group. So half of us would participate and the other half would watch in here with a live feed on the TV.
Okay.
And then we all debrief together immediately afterwards because the people who are watching will have different perspectives and they may not understand some of the things that you were doing, so it's a great opportunity for us to all talk about what everybody's thoughts were. And then we just swap out. So the next time the people who were watching get to participate and then you would get to watch.
Okay.
Okay? You still all right?
Yeah.
All right, looks like you're relaxing a little bit. It's actually fun. This is a fun day. I mean, when else in healthcare do you get to not be tested, not have competency, not have instructors hovering over your shoulder, get to actually practice
We don't
what
kill
you know,
anybody.
and you don't kill anybody. You don't have to worry about killing anybody.
Okay, that's good.
Right? And if you get uncomfortable, you have the opportunity to talk about, oh, what would we do differently? This is Carlos. All right, he's one of our high fidelity mannequins. And as you can hear, he has some mechanical sounds. Those won't change. But what I really want you to do is start training your ears to get past the mechanical sounds and really listen with your stethoscopes to the different types of breath sounds and cardiac sounds that Bob's going to give you. He blinks. He's got pupils that will react to light. He's got an anatomically correct airway, so you can do any type of airway adjunct that you need. He's got carotid, brachial, radial, femoral, and pedal pulses.
Okay.
All right, if you're going to give medications, you can go ahead and give IV medications. If you're going to give a PO medication, we don't put any liquids down in his mouth.
Okay.
All right, we don't want anything like that to go down inside. These are for where you would hook him up to the cardiac monitor. So if you want to see what his rhythm is, you're gonna have to hook him up. So you would just, here's his monitor, typical.
It looks like the one in the hospital.
Yeah, It is.
Okay.
So you won't get any readings unless you hook them up.
Okay.
Same thing for your O2 sat. What you have here is a copy of the ground rules, and we have a poster that's here in the debriefing room just to remind you. And the ground rules really go over how we're going to respect each other, respect the environment, really invest and engage in the experience, and maintain a level of professionalism. This is your clinical experience for the day. Because I will hold you accountable to these ground rules in terms of engagement and participation. And then the second page is what we talked about earlier, which is the authorization to photo, because we are going to videotape. And it does say on here what we are going to do with that videotape, which is it will be destroyed at the end, unless we all agree at some point that we would like to keep pieces of it for educational purposes. And the other piece for you to sign is the confidentiality. What happens in SIM stays in SIM. So we don't go out of here talking about what the scenario was, what the patient was. You can talk about that you liked the experience or you had some good takeaways. But if you go and tell people what the scenario was, you're robbing them of that experience for them to come and have. Okay, I have some cards.
Okay.
All right, so nobody can be accused of being picked on. So here are the roll cards. All right, pick a card, pick a card, pick a card. Who got primary learner? Yay, okay. Secondary?
Want to switch?
No.
You're secondary?
Yeah.
Okay. And you are backup?
I'm backup.
You're backup. All right, so
Sure you
what?
don't want to switch?
What is, no, I love being backup.
It's okay, everybody's gonna get a chance to play different roles.
Okay, okay.
All right?
Now, does the primary learner get picked on more than everybody else?
No, nobody gets picked on. It's
Okay.
just that you get to take care of the patient first.
Okay.
So know that your backup, you
Mhm.
can call for additional help.
Okay.
If you feel that you need it, you may not need it. So Mary's gonna be observing.
Okay.
I'm gonna facilitate. So I'm gonna take our support learners, our backup learners, and I'm gonna have you step outside of the room and you're gonna wait right outside the hall.
So you
And
won't know what's happening.
you won't know what's happening, okay? Mary will be able to watch and hear, and then you'll only go in if Jeremy calls for you,
Okay.
okay?
I'm sure you can handle it on your own.
Now I'm calling you in.
Okay, final staging checklist. Let's go
Okay.
through it.
All right, we've got Hal here, he's male, he's got glasses,
I'm gonna make sure he's male. Let's make sure we didn't. Okay,
he's got his patient gown on,
yep,
he has sputum on his tissues.
yep, got a couple tissues around.
We've got oxygen cannula on at 2
Oxygen at 2 liters. Let me turn this up on 2 liters. Okay,
We have an IV pump,
IV pump is on.
we have available oxygen mask, BVM,
Let me double
Suction.
check. Yep, suction is ready.
we have a phone,
Phone is at the bedside.
we have gloves,
Gloves,
oral suction,
yep,
and tissues.
yep.
That's everything.
Okay, we're good. Okay, Confederates. Diane, you're our daughter
Okay.
and the mom of the grandkids, so you can sit over in this chair.
All right.
All right, and any questions about your role in terms of tone?
I'm supposed to be sad and upset, but cooperative and ready for him to pass on. And
Okay.
then I'm supposed to have an argument type conversation with my brother who comes in.
Okay,
Okay, today we're doing Med Surg 101.
yep,
Staging is complete and ready for the learners.
yep, you did a nice job on that.
The Confederate participants have been prepped.
Yep, I got them ready.
Okay, the power is on, the air is on, and the mannequin has pulses and is breathing.
Okay,
Mannequin vocals are ready.
okay, sound check on that was okay?
Yes.
All right,
Program is up and running.
mm-hmm,
Mannequin is in his initial state and ready.
yep,
Learner roles have been identified.
yep. I've got
Uh,
them sequestered so they can't see the live feed.
Okay. Learners have been prepped.
Yep,
Audio and video is ready to record.
mm-hmm.
Software is ready for data capture.
I got data capture coming over here on Studio Code.
Okay, and the live feed is ready for the remote observers.
Okay, so you've got live feed to the observers.
Yes.
All right, then we're ready.